Hi guys. This video is going to show you how to enter the um, throughput data for the strip pack lines into our summary file. So first thing that we'll pull up is that summary file. It's in the pack SharePoint site, strip pack, in the strip pack metrics folder, 2019 metrics summary, and then the file. This file has tabs for basically all the metrics that we track in strip hack. The common metrics like throughput and changeover um, will be found here. So we're going to enable editing so that we can enter new data and save it. All right, so we're only going to do line 13 in this video. You do each pack line the same. So we're on line 13 throughput data. There are two columns, volume and production minutes. So to find this for each week, we're going to go back to the SharePoint in the metrics folder and pull up line 13 metrics and issues log. And this is where um, daily production data is recorded for each shift. All right, I'm going to enable this. We don't need to update links. And then daily production log. All right. So the first thing that we need to know is the actual days for the week that we're going to enter. So we're going to do last week, today's the 25th, we're going to do the 18th through the 24th. So when you scroll up, make sure you start with third shift. And then we need to look and make sure that nothing looks out of the ordinary. So in an 8-hour shift, there are 480 minutes. So if lunch and break is not covered, there will be 420 minutes in that shift. And that's planned downtime. Another thing that could come up is no order available. If that happens, they should put a note either here or possibly in the issues log. So we want to look at those dates as well. You can just find the date that we are going to start with, scroll over to the issue, and then just kind of scroll down looking for a note about no PO. So there's one right here. So the 21st second shift, 135 minutes. So let's look back over here. 21st second shift, 135 minutes. So they do have that on this front page. Let's see if there's any others. No. All right. Let's go back here. Now, for anything other than um, lunch and break, that's okay to have here, but the 420. But for something like this one, where there were 135 minutes with no order, they took that time out of the 245 already. Or, I'm sorry, they subtracted it from 480 and put that number in column F, which is scheduled runtime. So that's not how we want to do it. What we want to do is scroll over to the right. You'll see column S. This column is an adjusted scheduled runtime. So for issues that have been agreed upon, such as no PO, um, that time will come out, but we are going to keep track of that over here, that adjusted time, instead of in our just regular scheduled runtime column. So this is what I mean here. So let's see. We're gonna put 480, and then 480 minus 135 is gonna be 345. So that's the number that will go over here. Actually, you can copy this whole section of the week that we're looking at. Come over and let's put it right here with just paste the numbers. That won't change the cell shading. And then this one was actually 345. So that's the adjusted time. This one for 110 minutes was not adjusted over here, which is good. So we want to take 465 minus 110. So 355 is going to be our adjusted. It looks like something went on right here. We don't have a note about that. It is something that we were doing. We're starting back up again, putting these notes. So don't be surprised if into March there may not be all the notes for no PO. Or even why they subtracted off scheduled runtime, but that's fine. So we've got our adjusted scheduled runtime. We've got output per shift. So start with the day that starts your week. So we started on the 18th, and highlight so you can get a sum for all the days in your week. So 406, 356. Now what you want to do is come back to our metrics summary, and we're on line 13 for volume for this week, 406, 356. Let's go back over to our metrics file. Yep. And then let's highlight the adjusted times for each day. That's going to give us the total minutes, 5635, total scheduled minutes. So let's going to go back to the summary, 5635. All right, so that automatically populated the output per shift for that week. These cells did not automatically populate down one. So all you have to do is highlight the cell, the previous cell, get this little plus sign in the corner, hold in on the left mouse button and drag it down. So we'll do that for these 4 cells. So now we've got year-to-date average per shift. Also, we're now at 8 weeks, so we need an 8-week average. You can't have the average before you get to 8 weeks. It doesn't make sense. So we are going to go down to the bottom here. Here's average of the last 8 weeks calculator for you. So if you click in the cell, there's a formula up here. Click in the formula and then scroll up, and you can see this box is highlighting 8 data points. So that's 8 weeks. You can grab hold of this box and move it down as the weeks move. So next week, when we're doing the metrics for this week, it will be the last 8 weeks will move down one. So you can just do that for each of these columns, and it's for every metric that we're going to put in here. Once you have the box around the correct 8 data points, hit enter, and that will perform the formula and give you your answer here, the sum. So now, or average, I'm sorry. So now we're going to do this one, same way. Scroll up, the box is already around the first 8, hit enter. So now we can see our average for the last 8 weeks, which are the first 8 weeks, 31,100, which equals the year to date, which makes sense. So this, we're going to put a formula in here. Actually, yes. And it's actually going to equal average of this divided by the average of the minutes times. This will already be entered in, so you won't have to do this. 60 times 8. All right. So in an 8-hour shift, the rolling 8-week average would be 35,000. I'm just correcting. There we go. Correcting that formula based on 8 hours instead of 7 per shift. So all right, I'll fix those. So basically that's it for the throughput. It's very simple. You just need to double check a little bit on the metrics file that the leads fill in, the times, making sure about the no PO available or any other downtime that may come off the adjusted scheduled runtime. Add up scheduled runtime minutes and throughput per shift for the week. Transfer those quantities over to the summary sheet and just move the formula box for the previous 8 weeks to the correct data points, and you're done. The chart, this is the chart, and it will fill in automatically as you enter in each week, and it's updated. This will update on its own. These quantities in the text boxes do not update on their own. You have to do that manually, but I'll make another video to show how I update the charts, so we don't have to worry about that today. Yeah, and I believe that's it. So thank you, and hopefully you don't have any questions. If you do, contact our senior soup or myself, Misty Klein, and I will be able to help you. Bye bye.